Hello, welcome. We're going to learn about CBD today. And I'm going to roll on some of my favorite CBD called Calm. Because this is a new class for me. I have never taught this. And first and foremost, what I want to tell you is that I am here to learn with you, okay? So some of this information is going to be over my head too, and I'm going to be researching and continuing to figure out how this makes sense to me. You need to do your part too. So you guys are welcome to post questions in the comments below. I will revisit them, but there's a good chance that I might not know the answer to those. And I'm okay with that. So what I would like to do is to just kind of wet your whistle and to get you interested enough in the topic of CBD and how it can work for you that you will then go on and forward to research this yourself and make wise decisions for how this can help you and your family. Okay? So I'm going to take a big deep breath. I'm going to apply some lavender. And there's nothing that I should be nervous about. So I'm going to tell myself I'm excited to get the chance to share with you today about this amazing, miraculous, beautiful plant, okay? And it's the hemp plant. And we're going to discuss what the difference is and what all the buzz is all about. No pun intended. On why you would want CBD in your life and what the difference is between THC and CBD, or what the difference is between marijuana and CBD isolate. Okay, so with some of this information, most of this information came from Dr. Ali's book. I posted this book in one of the posts, and I would highly recommend getting that book. Let me just warn you, it is very scientific. So even if you have like a past with science and medical fields, like it's going to take you some time to ingest what he is talking about and what he's saying. That's okay. We're on our own schedule, right? Like there's no rush to this. But I'm going to take away little tidbits of what I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. And I'm going to give you a little bit of history. Because I think in this history lesson, you will have some light bulbs go off as well. Okay, so let's get started. Let's talk about the endocannabinoid system, all right? So the endocannabinoid system, it's a big, long word. It is basically a biological system that's composed of endocannabinoids, which are indigenous lipid based retrograde neurotransmitters that bind to cannabinoid receptors. Wait, what does that all mean? Like, this is just already too much, right? Let's put that down and let's just talk about this. Quite simply, your body was designed to communicate and work together with plants. Can I get an amen? That is very simply what we're talking about. Our body was designed with little receptor sites all over our body to take in what these plants can do. And so you have how essential oils work in our body and how the endocannabinoid system works in our body. In layman's terms, the endocannabinoid system regulates many functions in your body to help your body maintain homeostasis. What is homeostasis? It's a balancing. This is what our society is lacking, in my opinion. It is constantly in this fight or flight mode. This is what drove me to chiropractic care. This is what drove me to learning more about plants in general with herbs. And then what finally led me to essential oils. We have to get out of the mindset of treatment and we have to get back into the mindset of our body was designed to work and function optimally. What are we doing to our body on a day-to-day basis that's preventing homeostasis and balance? The endocannabinoid system, in my opinion, is God's grace for our body to help work in homeostasis. And here's the best part about it. Our body automatically starts producing these endocannabinoids in our body. But we can help it with CBD, okay? So the endocannabinoid system will regulate functions in your body, such as appetite, digestion, immune function, inflammation, mood, energy, sleep regulation, reproduction, fertility, temperature regulation, memory, pain, pleasure, and reward. All body systems have this receptor site, and that's phenomenal because we know that if we can help our body do what it's intended to do, then we will live at our optimal state. And who doesn't want to live in our optimal state? So if any of these that I just mentioned above, if any of those body systems get out of balance, the endocannabinoid system will send out endocannabinoids from our body without an additional CBD, okay? This is just what happens in our body. It sends out endocannabinoids and an enzyme to regulate the body and bring it back into homeostasis. So quite simply, how does this work in our body? If we're cold, we're going to start to shiver. If we're hungry, our stomach growls. If we're sleepy, we start to yawn. Those are different ways that this is working in our body. If your body is unable to adjust to these changes and effectively have homeostasis, then it will increase the likelihood that you will develop a disease. I might just have to post that comment so that you guys can put your brains to work on this, okay? I'm not saying it's treating anything. I'm not saying it's curing anything. I'm not saying it's preventing anything. But what I am saying is that our bodies were designed to have plants in all forms in our body on a regular basis. And when we have homeostasis, we are least susceptible to diseases, period, okay? Let's talk about, I wanted to go over the history. Okay. First, let's talk about what CBD actually is. It is not marijuana or pot. They're both from the same plant, which is the hemp plant, but they're very different varieties. And Dr. Ali in his book goes into how they are farmed and how they're extracted and how all of this, farming came about, okay? And like the female plants and the male plants. We're not going to go into that today, but it is quite fascinating. What we are going to talk about is the difference between marijuana and CBD. Marijuana is produced when the hemp plant is grown without the male variety present. The resin produced from the small hair-like appendages, called whatever they're called, of the female plants is full of THC, which produces the psychoactive effects that are associated with marijuana. So all that to be said, CBD is a natural substance from another variety of hemp, and it's produced when the hemp plant is grown with both female and male plant, and the resin produced is full of CBD, which does not contain the same heavy psychoactive effects as the THC. What am I saying? CBD, THC, totally different, okay? Now let's talk about why there's a stipulation, and within certain groups in America, there's also a heavier stipulation involved, and people are asking, is this okay? Is this wrong? What does God think about this? Well, first of all, God created the plants, right? So we know that it's man who abuses certain plants is wrong, just like, other things in life. But plants have medicinal benefits within them, and God created us to work together with the plants. We know that to be true. So I just want to kind of make you think through that a little bit too, like just what you've been told, it's wrong. Well, we're not talking about pot here. We're talking about, and I don't even think, okay, that's not me. All right, let's not go down that rabbit hole. Okay. Let's talk about why it got this stipulation, okay? The history of CBD. I'm just going to read this to you. Why was CBD illegal, and is it bad? CBD is a natural substance from a hemp plant. Hemp originated in Asia and in the Middle East thousands of years ago and has since spread worldwide. It showed up in the United States back in the 16th century. In fact, farmers used to be fined a certain percentage of their production if it was not from hemp plants because they knew how incredibly useful that plant could be. You guys, hemp is used for paper, for food, for clothing, and other products. So what changed? What was the big deal? Wait for it. in the 1920s. A negative media war was waged on the hemp and marijuana due to financial, i.e. corrupt, reasons, and it was eventually deemed a Schedule I controlled substance. This category is for substances that have no benefit and have a high potential for abuse. Okay? Do you guys understand what just happened in 1920? However, in July of 2018, yay, CBD was downgraded from a Schedule I controlled substance to a Schedule V controlled substance, meaning that it has some benefits and potential for abuse is low. The FDA changed the category so the drug containing CBD could, the FDA changed the category so the drug containing CBD called Epidiolex could be sold. Okay, do you guys understand what's happening here? It's really funny to me that when a drug company wants to get something to be legal, they just get it to be changed, the law. They just do that. Don't even get me started. Okay, finally, in December of 2018, CBD went from a Schedule V controlled substance to an unscheduled substance due to the Hemp Farming Act of 2018, which removed hemp defined as cannabis with less than 0.3% THC as a controlled substance. This means that the federal law makes CBD legal in all 50 states. Some states, however, have their own regulations, so it's important to know where you live, and you can easily Google that and look that up based on your state, okay? Okay, so that's the history involved there. And as we know, there are tons and tons and tons of scientific evidence that shows that yes, indeed, hemp and CBD have amazing benefits within our bodies. And yeah, so let's go talk about that. So let's just review very quickly. THC and CBD are very, very different. Both THC and CBD are found in the hemp plant, but the structures are different. So what we have with THC is when we have the psychoactive component of it, and that's when we feel that high, okay? CBD, however, does not bind to the receptors in your brain and therefore does not make you high, but it also has similar benefits, okay? Let's go through and talk about the different types of CBD, because there's a lot of things popping up, and you might think, okay, well, how do I know which one to go to, which one to use? You may have seen full spectrum, broad spectrum, isolate. We're going to go through those types so that you know what you're reading. And then I'm going to share with you how Nature's Ultra CBD is, in my opinion, the only CBD that I would trust in my body. Okay. All right. So let's talk about broad spectrum. No, let's talk about full spectrum first. Full spectrum is, hold on, I want to get this right. Yeah. Okay. When you're extracting a full spectrum CBD, the whole entire plant is used. It's distilled and extracted, and it has the CBD, the THC, the plant esters, the terpenes, all of it in liquid form. And while this full spectrum CBD is very, very, very effective due to the combination of all of those things, it's harder to regulate. And its exact composition of the cannabinoid profile is really, really difficult to understand how much of each is in it, okay? And it's also not ideal for pregnant women. It's not ideal for nursing moms because it has the THC in it. It's going to make you feel high, extra sleepiness, all of those things. That's full spectrum, right? We know that's just kind of what we think of when we think of CBD. You need to reorganize your brain on this, though, because there's also another couple different types of CBD. Another one is called broad spectrum CBD. This is the type where it is the same as full spectrum CBD without the THC. So this is ideal for people who can't have the THC but want the added benefits of the other compounds like the terpenes and all the other things that I mentioned. So while that's good, you still can have a little percentage of THC in there. And what we do with CBD is it holds in our fats, and it actually continues the action, right? Well after you've taken it. So it's just going to keep on working, and it kind of builds within your system. That's why you start slow and you grow, right? And that's the same thing that we do with our oils anyway. We start slow and we grow. Now let me tell you the most exciting new part that we have understood within the CBD manufacturing business, okay? That is a CBD isolate. An isolate is one, right? One component. So it's the purest form of the compound. Therefore, CBD isolate is absolutely no THC in it. Now, because of regulations, you can actually get away with saying on the bottle 100% pure isolate CBD and still have less than 0.3 THC in there. So you need to watch what you purchase, okay? You need to know that it's a trusted organic source. Did you know, I just learned this, that Nature's Ultra was the first, that I know of, the first in America to have the agricultural department say that it fit the organic standards of that farm, those farms, Nature's Ultra. Pretty amazing, right? Not saying it's the only one, but it was the first one. So in an isolate, there is no THC. So you will not pop positive for a drug test when you use Nature's Ultra Isolate CBD. Now, if you understand what terpenes are, you're understanding that if you just took an isolate without the additional benefits of the terpenes, you're missing something super important. And this is what we call an entourage effect. Okay, so to dumb this down just a little bit, it would be as if, let's put this into a totally different ballpark. Let's say that you want to move a piece of really heavy furniture up a few flights of stairs. If you, isolated, try to do this, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to do, right? But if you had an entourage of people surrounding you, then it would be a lot easier. And outside of hearing Ross and the Friends episode of pivot in your mind, you're thinking, of course, it's easier with extra people to help, right? This is an entourage effect. And the reason why CBD works best with the terpenes is because it has an entourage effect within your cells. And there's just more maximum potential that you can get. You get faster results, and they last longer. And that is what we're looking for in a CBD. Now, but I said we don't have terpenes in our CBD isolate, right? Yes, until Nature's Ultra. And what Nature's Ultra did was brilliant, you guys. Dr. Ali has been adding oils to his CBD for years because he understood what terpenes do. And terpenes are in essential oils. So this is how they work in our body, those essential oils. If you add them to CBD, you're going to get the maximum effect without the high of THC. So it is what we call a smart spectrum because of that. And because of this knowledge, you can take your handy dandy essential oils pocket reference guide, and you can look up these oils that you have from your starter kit, and you can say, all right, if I add it, what does this do? What does valerian do? What does lavender do in the body? And we read about that, and then we say, I think that would be really good for me to help calm me down. I'm going to add some lavender to my Nature's Ultra CBD. You guys, you can use whatever oil you want in this CBD, which makes it brilliant, and it makes it more of a personalized effect within your body. And it just adds to the benefit of the oils, and the oils work with the CBD, and it's just perfect. So that's the difference between the full spectrum, the broad spectrum, and CBD isolate, okay? And the entourage effect. So we've gone over all of those things. So now let's go over exactly how we want to use these. So if you already have essential oils, then you are going to hopefully have resources, whether that be a Facebook page that you get your questions answered, or an upline, or like I said, this amazing handy dandy book right here. But you want to make sure, just like we are interested in the seed to seal standard with our oils, we want to make sure that where we get our CBD, we know where that comes from, right? And we know that it's been tested, and it's been tested again, and we know that the soil is organic or beyond organic. So that is why I can trust Nature's Ultra. So let's get into how you can use this. A whole bunch of different ways. Remember, I said the endocannabinoid system is responsible for the sleep, inflammation, temperature regulation, memory, all of those things. So just as you're using your essential oils for those purposes as well, when you're not even talking about the endocannabinoid system, you can be safe to think, let's see, if I want to help boost my immune system, then what is the number one oil that we think of is thieves. Then I can use it in conjunction with CBD, okay? Now, Nature's Ultra has done some really fascinating research and has already paired up some of these essential oils within Young Living inside their CBD already. But there's nothing that says you can't add anything to that. I mean, these are your products now after you purchase them, so feel free to use them however you want. They come in a bunch of different varieties, and a bunch of different milligram dosages. I'm not going to go into what milligram dosage is best for you. That is up to you. You can go on Nature's Ultra, and they have a whole bunch of information on dosaging and all of that. But really simply, you guys, start slow and grow, and until you start to feel a difference. Maybe that's more clarity of thought. Maybe that's the foggy headedness is going away. Maybe it's just that you just feel better, more alive, more able to continue all day long instead of going through slumps. Maybe that's your gut system has found more homeostasis. That is what these oils and these CBD products can do for you. And really, like, the gamut is so large. Like, if you asked one person, how did you feel when you rolled Calm roller, which has the lavender, the vetiver, the ylang ylang all mixed in with the CBD. How did you feel when you rolled that on? I mean, depending on why you rolled it on, you're going to get different answers. So this is a personalized experience, and only you will know how it's working for you. Okay, so they also have muscle rubs. I got to try all of the products at convention that were released. And I will tell you, the muscle rub is legit. That is actually the next Nature's Ultra product that I'm going to purchase. And I'm going to rub it on my back every night. It's great. And it comes in, you know, like this, like just like a rub. So like you would get, I guess it's kind of like a hard coconut oil almost. But it's CBD oil and lots of other things added. And then you just kind of scoop some in your hand and you rub it on your back, and it feels delightful. It's awesome. And used with Panaway would even intensify those results as well. So that's what I would do. They also come with a bunch of rollers now, which is really, really handy to keep in your purse. They also have different flavors of these CBD oils in different milligram dosages. There are a bunch of different ways to use this. You use it how you see fit. You can read the label, but also understand these are your products, and you know where your oils come from. And you have CBD seed to seal on that as well. So use them how you see fit. I like to use it personally. This is not what the label says, but personally, I like to use it under my tongue. I have also used it on my skin. I have also heard of many moms putting the CBD drops in the belly button, and you can look up why. That could be an amazing type of absorption. So there's like a whole bunch of different ways that you can use this. Now, it is kind of greasy if you put it on because it's not like our oils are, right? And so it's a little bit more fatty, and it does produce kind of a oily residue on your skin, so it doesn't absorb as quickly as the essential oils do. Okay, so that is basically what I have learned so far about the difference between THC, the difference between CBD, and the different types of CBD that are out there on the market. I do have a couple of other slides that I'm going to end up posting in this because I think that there's more power in reading it than listening to me read it to you. So I'm going to go ahead and get those posted up shortly, and then I will come back and answer some of these questions that you have based on CBD. I hope that you guys will take the chance to purchase this and start using it within your family. My children love it. I love it. My husband loves it, and we can't wait to build our collection of the different types. How do you purchase this? Well, if you're a Young Living member, it's super, super duper simple. And all you have to do is go on to your Young Living website, the Young Living website, log into your virtual office, and then you will click under quick order, you will click on Nature's Ultra, and then you will have to link up your account. When you link up your account, then you get the Young Living discount, which is what everybody wants. So you cannot get that discount unless you are a Young Living member. So go ahead, get your starter kit. You will want to use those oils alongside and with your CBD. So it's like a perfect marriage. And if you already have your oils, you simply just link up your account. If you don't have your oils, then I'll send a link in the bottom of this to become a member of Young Living, and then you can go ahead and get your CBD that way as well. Okay, so I'm going to post those right now, and thank you for joining me. This was a fast and furious, and I'm still learning more, but wait until you read some of these things that I'm posting. Your mind will still keep expanding on this. So thanks again, and I will talk to you soon.